You're watching K34QB, Vail, Colorado.
Good morning and welcome to your Saturday, January 4th edition of Good Morning Vail. I'm your in-studio host, Julio Garcia, joining you for a sports-packed show. We recently had the Birds of Prey competition here in the Valley, but we're already starting to look forward into summer for the GoPro Mountain Games. And we had the opportunity to catch up with some of the athletes. We're going to be talking to slackliner Davis Hermes, multi-sport athlete Laura Davis, mountain biker Danny Johnson, and multi-sport athlete Rob Preckle. So if you are looking forward to the GoPro Mountain Games like we are, you won't want to miss today's episode. So sit back, grab your cup of coffee, and enjoy as we kick off your Saturday, January 4th edition of Good Morning Vail, full with lots of sports, which starts right now.
Get up, get ready to start your day. The mountains are calling you out to play. Come on, we'll make you feel right at home. Good morning, Vail. See what lies in store for you. There's so many things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. Your home in the Rockies has it all. So get up, get ready to start your day. The coffee's brewing, you're on your way. The fun is waiting outside your door. Good morning, Vail.
This weather report is sponsored by Grand Hyatt Vail. Indulge in the bold flavors of Makoto at Grand Hyatt Vail. Make your reservations today.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome to Hiring America, the television program that helps veterans find jobs and transition back into civilian life. Hi everyone, I'm Gigi Stone Woods. I'm truly honored to host this vital program. Reach out to the opportunities you see on this program by logging on to our website, hiringamerica.net, and by following us on social networking sites such as Twitter. We'll keep that information available throughout the broadcast and on our website 24/7. Now, let's get down to business.
Experience the difference at Mountain Market and Supply. We source organic and local produce, honey, good food, and gifts from small businesses right here in Colorado and beyond. Located at 201 Broadway Street in Eagle, shop in-store Tuesday through Friday from 12 to 6 p.m., Saturday 11 to 4 p.m., and Sunday 11 to 3 p.m. Support our community by shopping local. We can't wait to see you at Mountain Market and Supply.
I had to pack up all my things. I had to leave my home. And I never knew where I was going next. It felt like I never even had a say. But then you came along.
Change a child's story. There's a child in foster care waiting for a volunteer like you. Learn how you can help at casaforchildren.org.
Good morning, Vail.
We are kicking off today's show talking all things GoPro mountain games, and we had the opportunity to catch up with slackliner Davis Hermes, who tells us all about his slacklining adventures. Let's take a look.
Welcome back to the show. I'm your host, Liz, for your Monday edition of Good Morning Vail here on TV8. I was just looking at the screen and my heart is stopping. This is David Hermes. Is that how you say your last name?
Yeah, Davis.
Davis Hermes.
Hermes.
And say it again?
Hermes.
Hermes. See, I'm doing everything wrong this morning.
All good.
Hermes. I always thought it was Hermes, like that expensive handbag company.
We can be fancy.
We're fancy today here at TV8. Davis, I am really excited to have you here. We were watching that slacklining incident on the TV just a minute ago, and I got dizzy just watching it, and that was you.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Well, first let me explain. You were one of the inaugural athletes for the GoPro Games, which I'm really excited about coming up. Already coming up again, and we're really excited about that because we have it every year here. But before we touch on the games, what is that slacklining all about?
Well, that's a loaded question, I feel like. Slacklining is, just like a lot of outdoor sports, it's just like about enjoying nature, and getting outside and doing what you like to do. The slacklining that you just saw, it's called highlining. So, you always start in a park and slowly you level up, and then just like climbing, maybe you start in a gym, you meet the right people, someone can take you outside, and you can start setting up bigger and longer lines. I do something
you
called
are insane.
Highline freestyle, yeah. So I do tricks and flips and spins on it.
How high up are you there?
This line is probably maybe 200 meters or so.
Oh my
600
gosh!
feet,
Look at oh my gosh!
That's in Lyons, Colorado. That's in Utah. That's Fisher Towers. Castleton in the background, a really well-known feature.
This is madness. I'm absolutely, I'm never speechless, but watching you do that just makes my stomach go upside down and everything. So you start low and you just keep making your way up
yeah,
to do that?
slow, safe progression, like, so when I highline and do stuff like that, I'm tied in, I'm safe.
You are.
There's two of everything. It's actually a lot safer than just getting in your car, for me to come here in the morning.
Wow.
As long as you know what you're doing, of course, and you do what you're supposed to be doing. But yeah, I started with between two trees, 20 feet long, a couple feet off the ground, and that's where I think most people start.
Yeah, I've seen it at Nottingham Park.
Yeah, absolutely. It's one of the places I went first,
really?
like 12 years ago now.
Oh my God, you look so young. I can't even imagine 12 years ago. You were like in high school.
I was lucky. I was actually, I was in middle school, so
oh my God.
I got lucky finding slacklining when I was 12 years old.
That's incredible, and you obviously found your passion.
I
now
did.
Tell me about the GoPro Games and what is your involvement with that?
The mountain games are every year in June. I've been involved in different capacities for, 10 years on and off, 12 years on and off now. I competed in the trick lining for the first couple years that I was involved in slacklining. Now I organize with two other athletes the actual trick line comp that happens there, as well as perform over the international bridge. Hopefully maybe we have different lines this year. I always, of course, want more slack lines, more slack lines,
right.
more slack lines. Sometimes that doesn't work, but we're pretty happy with what we have too. Cool thing about the mountain games, and kind of full circle about being on the inaugural athlete team is the Mountain Games is where I first saw slacklining. So that event actually is what exposed me to the sport that now is my occupation in the summer and pretty much all I want to ever do.
That's incredible. You know, nothing is better than following your passion and doing what you love and then experiencing people's reactions to it. I know it's not till June, but I get so excited it doesn't matter because I'm always excited for summer. Even in the middle of winter, I'm like, when's summer coming? And the GoPro Mountain Games is one of the big reasons why. There's just so many events that take place there. And it's through the Vail Valley Foundation, which is an amazing organization here in our community. What is your tie-in with them as far as I know they run the GoPro Mountain Games? Do you guys all work together, correct?
With the VVF, you're saying? Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the VVF is, I mean, they're amazing. Everyone on their staff that I've ever worked with, and I'm sure that anyone that works with the VVF can say this. VVF has every part of their team dialed. They're super helpful in organizing whatever it is, and they make stuff happen.
Yeah,
obviously, that's why the Mountain Games is what it is.
It really is true, but we also
awesome
need the athletes like you. And so what is it like to be part of the inaugural team?
I can't put like a short answer on it, but it is special, like I said, because it is also the event that exposed me to the sport that I so love, and it's awesome that I get to be involved now in kind of an organizational side of things as well as performing side of things. It's really cool to feel supported by the community as well, and obviously this is a local event. We're in Vail. It's my hometown, so it feels very close to home, and it's it's special to be supported by a full circle,
I bet,
local gathering event, all the above.
Well, you know what the coolest thing is that you mentioned is that you saw the slacklining on the GoPro Games and it got you intrigued.
Yeah.
So if you think about all the other sports and athletes that are part of the GoPro Games, imagine how many young minds are opened up to something new, and maybe people have also chosen a new career because of that.
Yeah, so that's like one of the things that's really special about being able to take part in these outdoor events is you're exposing whatever you're doing to whether it's kids, or adults, maybe it's 80-year-olds, whatever age. And it's really cool to bring something new to someone else and to have that opportunity. And, now I feel like a lot of people know what slacklining is, or mountain biking, obviously. That's much bigger, broader sport. But it's cool to have that opportunity to present something in your way to other people.
Absolutely. I mean, have you ever had any youngsters come up to you and ask you all about what you do and how you start?
Yeah, absolutely. Tons, and youngsters and oldsters.
Oldsters? I want to be 70 years old.
That's another cool thing about slacklining. It's like cool to start at any time. It's actually a pretty forgiving sport. Of course, maybe not if you're starting on the high lines.
There's no forgiveness
and trying to
there.
do tricks and things like that. But as far as just walking, it's actually really good rehab for like maybe you had a knee surgery.
Really?
You're like kind of Of course, you start low. You don't set up something that's everything within reason, but you can set up a line as small as you want, and it can be really good for training those stabilizer muscles that you never use. And
wow.
But yeah, oldsters, youngsters, everyone. I've had a good range of people ask how to get involved, and that's a cool thing about outdoor events. Yeah, all the time. It's all I do.
So let's talk about that.
I try and slackline 5-6 days a week.
Wow.
It's not doesn't end up always being that. Sometimes you have life items here.
Yes.
Here, but it's my work in the summer. I am a professional slackliner, so anytime that I can train, absolutely, I'm out on the line training.
Do you do it for sponsors as well?
Yeah.
You do. So kind of like a Red Bull guy, but it's a slackline guy.
A Mountain Games guy.
A Mountain Games guy. That is really, really cool. So you must feel very special and just proud of yourself for taking something that you had a passion for and turning it into a career and lifelong experience.
Yeah, proud for sure. I'd say most of the time I don't necessarily think too much about that. I just do what I like to do, honestly. Like when I saw slacklining at the Mountain Games, it called me in such a unique way. I cannot describe it. I didn't even have to get on the line to tell myself I want to do that. I was 12 years old, like I said. I said I'm going to do that every day. I did for over 2 years. almost 3 years. I did it every day. I was going before school, after school. I lived right across from Single Tree Park at the time. I was obsessed. I am obsessed still. So,
that's amazing.
yeah.
Well, you have to remain obsessed and passionate about what you do, otherwise you might fall over or something like
Sure.
that. But I mean, I like that you're strapped in and that you're safe, because you're like, I don't know, when you said meters, I don't know meters, I'm not good at math, but I know
Yeah, it's like 600 feet.
Okay, so that's insane.
It's up there.
But you're also schooled, and you know, you've been doing it long enough to know that you can pull that off. What is your advice to people that would love to try it, start off?
Have fun, you know. It's got a really strong, stiff barrier to entry, and a lot of people sometimes when they approach a slackline for the first time, and a lot of things actually that they might enjoy that not even slackline related, you know, people get turned off sometimes when things are really hard, you know, or it feels impossible, and like, don't get turned down when something feels impossible. Like, just know, like, especially if there's an example of someone that has done it, obviously it is possible. Keep going, try again. It might feel impossible, and that is okay.
And that's like anything in life.
Yeah,
You got to keep pushing yourself. And I can't thank you enough for being here, Davis. This was a really enlightening conversation. And I mean, I guess you probably have to train all year long for June just to keep yourself in shape and to keep yourself, you know, right there.
Yeah, I train for mostly, I mean, the exhibitions and stuff like at the mountain games is fun. I don't compete in the trick lining. I compete in the highline freestyle stuff, which is a different division. It's like mogul skiing versus super G, you know, completely different things. But I do compete in other competitions. And,
that's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, I wish you all the best of luck with everything, all your competitions and everything else. It's Davis Ermes. I don't want to say your name. And he's with the inaugural athletes, one of the amazing athletes with the GoPro Mountain Games, which are in June, but it's all year long for planning and strategizing. And I just want to thank you very much for being here, Davis.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.
And you're a pleasure to get to know.
Thank you. Likewise.
All right, everybody, just remember the GoPro Mountain Games and remember to look up for Davis when you are there. This is Good Morning Vail on TV8. We'll be right back.
Good morning, Vail.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. Free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
Take the first game every one of us played in the schoolyard. Turn up the degree of difficulty to maximum, and then let loose some of the fastest and most agile athletes in the world to go one-on-one in what you have is the most extreme pursuit contest you've ever known. It's intense, it's addictive, and there's only one rule. Don't get caught.
Oh my gosh. If you haven't seen World Chase Tag before, here's how it works.
2 teams of up to 6 athletes compete in a series of one-on-one chases. Each chase lasts up to 20 seconds and has 1 chaser and 1 evader.
Opportunity to points on the board! Oh!
Whoever wins the duel stays on as the evader, and teams get 1 point for each evasion they make.
And it looks like the opening point for this contest.
It's the best of 16 chases to win the match, with a sudden death chase-off required to break any ties. It's win or go home from now on. Don't miss it.
Are you suffering from altitude sickness, a hangover, or just need to boost your overall wellness? Vail IV Wellness and Recovery is here for you, providing mobile IV therapy in the Vail Valley and its surrounding areas. Treatments are administered by registered nurses under physician direction in the privacy of your own home, office, or hotel room. We offer IV, vitamin shots, supplemental oxygen, and more. Each treatment is specifically designed to meet your individual needs. Go to vailivtherapy.com for more information and to schedule your treatment.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to the show, everyone. As you all know, we are talking all things GoPro mountain games in today's show, and we also had the opportunity to catch up with multi-sport athlete Laura Davis and hear all about her story. Let's take a look.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. Since its inception in 2002, the Vail Valley Foundation's GoPro Mountain Games have brought some of the top athletes to the Vail Valley to compete in sports such as kayaking, biking, slacklining, and of course, trail running. I'm lucky enough today to be joined by Laura Hamilton, that is an avid trail runner. Has quite a few other things in her background too, such as Nordic skiing. But this year, in 2025, there is a team concept taking place, and Laura was selected to be one of the 9 on that team. Good morning, Laura.
Morning. Hi.
Hi, how are you today?
I'm doing great. I've already been out for a run, looking at all the leaves and stuff, so I'm stoked. Yeah.
I bet it is absolutely beautiful there in Crested Butte where you're training.
Yep.
Well, let's talk a little bit about your training regimen. What's that consist of?
At the moment, I am in and out of racing blocks. So generally, we try and do 2 speed sessions a week. One's like mountain based, and one's flat and fast, so on a track, and a couple long runs a week, some lifting. I like to cross train as well. So whether that's mountain biking or in the winter, ski mountaineering, Nordic skiing. But yeah, I'm running probably upwards of 100 kilometers a week and got all my sights now set on World Mountain Running Finals in, I think it's Italy. And then the next week, Golden Trail World Series Finals in Switzerland.
Well, let's get to this 9-person team because the Vail Valley Foundation GoPro Mountain Games has selected 9 individuals to make up this sponsored team. What's that mean for you to be selected on that?
Yeah, I think, being a part of a team is really important to me, especially being someone from a different country. It's nice to see other people going after really big goals and making an impact on the community, and not just in running, because this team's made up of so many individuals who have all these different skills and talents, and they're inspiring me to really get after it. And also that extra bit of support with these really big goals I have means the world to me, and to have people truly believe in me is extremely important. Like, I can't do this alone. So
well,
yeah.
Now, the different members on the team, some of them are bikers, some of them are kayakers. Do you network with them at all on any training ideas as a team member?
Yeah, so the team was put together fairly recently, and we have our first meeting coming up, and then in the lead up to the GoPro Mountain Games in June. I suspect there'll be a lot more opportunities to do that, but right now we're all just getting to know each other, kind of what we do, how we train, what our goals are in life and in sport. So I am looking forward to the opportunities to do that in the future.
Now, the selection process itself kind of took part. It had an application process. It had some interviews. Tell me about what you went through.
Yeah, so after the GoPro games and competing at that, I had such a good time. I loved that there was art combined with sport and all of, it was such a multidisciplinary event. And I was just on the website looking around, and then I saw athlete ambassador team, and I thought, every time I come across something where you can apply for support, I tend to do that. And I applied, and I put my best foot forward with that, and got selected for an interview, and then made it through to the final round and got selected. And I think the key part that really hit home was, I always say, I want to be in places and on teams with people who truly believe in what I do and what I'm about. Otherwise, it's not a good fit. And with my music side and my sports side and the diversity in that, it felt like a really good match to be a part of this team.
And I also know you've got a Nordic ski background with skimo and backcountry. Did that happen first, or was it the trail running that got you into the Nordic skiing?
Well, it was the Nordic skiing that got me into running. It was something that I did in Australia. We do have snow there. It's a common misconception. And I would run in the summer to cross train, and I just found a love for running. And then after coming to the US for college, I delved into trail running and then kept the skiing up because obviously there's so much snow in Colorado. It's kind of hard to run full time year round. So all the winter sports come back and I have a deep love for them too.
Nice. Now, how many years have you competed in the GoPro Mountain Games?
Actually, last year was my first. I've only really been trail running probably for like 2-3 years, and this is the first time that I made the trip out there and have been to Vail in the summer. And I'm part of the trail team, and Andy incentivized us all to go, and I love the race. I love fast ones, so it was a 10K that I did, and the course was awesome, and it was super quick and attracted a really good field. So yeah, first time this year, next year, second time.
Wonderful. So I know you've only competed a couple years and been part of the GoPro Mountain Games, but when you're not running, what is one of your favorite events to watch?
Outside of running, favorite like sporting events to watch?
Yes.
You know what? I really love watching soccer, or it's called football in some places. Team sports, you know, it's so different to what we do. Whilst it's a team, it is such an individual pursuit, ski mountaineering, distance running. So anything where I can kind of shout at the TV in a positive way and like get behind a team. Like I love watching the basketball as well. So
a lot of team atmosphere, team environments. You really like that.
Yeah, because especially Australians, we love getting behind any teams and we get really into it. We have this match called the State of Origin.
Very passionate, very passionate.
It's big energy.
Now, when you're not running, when you're not Nordic skiing, I know that you also like to maybe sing and DJ, some digital marketing stuff. What else do we need to know about Laura Hamilton?
Well, I still have to bring the money in, so I do work almost full time. Luckily, it's remote because that allows me to travel a lot for all these events. So that's the marketing component of things, and I help with event printing and design. So it's kind of in the sport alley as well, and I grow the business in that way. And then I have DJ gigs here and there. I just did probably the best all-time gig. I DJ'd the Mammoth Trail Fest / Golden Trail National Series final after party, and some of the best runners in the world were there, dancing like I've never seen before. And what a privilege for me to stand on stage and play music for them. And I have a few more gigs coming up, but I just love it. It's like I'm not a good runner without the other parts of me, and that includes music, and that includes songwriting, and I, hope to get some of my work out on Spotify within the next year.
Nice. And now I also know that you're highly into nutrition. You've got a nutrition book. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, it's not so much a nutrition book. I'm writing a book to help people become better, be more self-aware, the mental component of sport and the mental component of life. I've overcome quite a few challenges in life and still do have to, I guess, fight is the wrong word, but persevere and be resilient every day. I was born with ankylosing spondylitis. It's an inflammatory arthritic condition. And I have biological injections, which essentially stop my spine from fusing, and then I wouldn't be able to compete at all. And so in saying that, I know there's so many people out there struggling from a mental health perspective. And if, I can't help people, can't always be there for people in person, but if I can just make a difference in someone's life, then I feel like I've played a role, and that's my purpose to be here. So this book is going to help contribute particularly to mountain towns and the mental health struggle that is prevalent there.
Well, Laura, you are a true inspiration. We are so excited to see how you do here at the GoPro Mountain Games, sponsored by the Vail Valley Foundation. Keep training, keep your passions moving forward, and we will see you coming up in June 2025 for the Vail Valley Foundation GoPro Mountain Games, and watch you out on the trail.
Thank you so much. I appreciate your time.
Thank you for joining us. Well, there is that extreme sports coming our way here in the Vail Valley. That is the Vail Valley Foundation's GoPro Mountain Games coming here. All these athletes are training right now to show you how serious this event actually is. So plan your stay here in the Vail Valley for those games. They are truly exceptional. The music, the art, the food, and of course those sporting events coming our way. We'll be back soon with more Good Morning Vail.
Good morning, Vail.
Discover the perfect blend of style and performance in your eyewear at Eyepieces. With convenient locations in Vail Village, Lions Head, Beaver Creek, Edwards, Basalt, and Snowmass, Eyepieces is the destination for luxury eyewear and high-performance optics. From iconic brands to the latest in sport frames and snow goggles, we have the eyewear to match your mountain lifestyle. Plus, we offer prescription lens services, including eye exams, custom lenses, and prescription goggles for your mountain adventures. Visit us today to experience the art of vision. Eyepieces, serving the Vail Valley's vision needs for over 40 years.
When it comes to real estate, timing is everything. Whether you're looking for a new home in the Vail Valley or selling your current residence, you need agents you can trust. You need a team with a wealth of knowledge on the local community, current market trends, and the entire buying and selling process. You need the expertise of Kathy Cole and Christy Long with Coldwell Banker Mountain Properties. Contact them today to discuss your real estate needs.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail, everyone. Now, another one of the competitions that goes down at the GoPro Mountain Games is mountain biking. We had the opportunity to catch up with mountain biker Danny Johnson and hear all about what she does and her sport. Let's take a look.
Welcome back to the show. Well, Danny, if you ever wanted to see your name up in lights, you just saw it on TV8's monitor. I have Danny Johnson here, another one of our amazing GoPro Mountain Games athletes. I know you're all the way over there in California. How are you this morning, Danny?
Good. How are you guys?
I'm great, thank you. I'm really happy to have you here. You know, the one thing that people know here, especially in Colorado, is it doesn't matter what month it is or what time of year it is. We're always excited about the GoPro Mountain Games, and I'm sure you guys have to train all year, so it comes up really, really fast. So your expertise is mountain biking, correct?
Yes.
Well, tell us all about it and tell us what you do for the GoPro Mountain Games and what's getting you excited about the next one coming up.
I'm a gravity mountain bike racer, so I participate in the dual slalom side of GoPro Games. It's a really fun race, and I definitely compare it all year. We ride a lot of dual slalom tracks, and there's few races of it around these days, so we race all that we can, and yeah.
Well, it sounds exciting. Now, I liken it to skiing. Do you go over bumps and moguls and you have to go through trees and things like that while you're on your mountain bike?
It's similar to skiing dual slalom, where we have a track and we go down side by side at the same time.
Wow.
And there's berms, turns, and rhythm sections, and we flow to the finish line.
Well, it sounds incredibly nerve-wracking and a little scary, but I'm sure you're great at. How long have you been doing this sport?
I've been racing mountain bikes professionally since about 2016. So I was 16 years old. So full time since I graduated college in about 2020.
That's amazing, and you're already you're still super young, and you have your whole life ahead of you. Where do you see yourself going with this mountain bike experience and the GoPro Games?
I see growing the event and the venue. I think it's really unique as a mountain bike race venue for us, because we're so used to mountain bike races of just mountain bikes. And the GoPro Games venue brings so many different sports and avenues and the dogs. And I think it's a really great event just to go and spectate, honestly.
It's so true. Now, you mentioned the dogs, the dock dogs. It's probably one of my favorite things, I have to admit, but I want to see one on a mountain bike. Now, is this going to be your first GoPro Mountain Games here in Colorado, or have you done them before?
I think it'll be my third or my fourth going into next year. Yeah, I've gone to every single one I can at this rate.
That's incredible. You're young and you're ready to go, and this is exciting for you. I mean, what better way to showcase your extreme talent than to be part of the GoPro Games?
Yeah, of course. I love racing. I love hanging out with the crowd, the people, and just the experience in general. It's a really fun venue.
And now, where do you reside throughout the year? Over in California?
Yeah, I live out in San Diego, but I spend a lot of my time on the road. I went to college in Colorado, so it's definitely a must hit every chance I can go back.
I love that, because you would have to go a little bit of a ways where you live to get to the mountains to do the mountain biking, correct?
Yeah, we have small mountains at home, but anything big, we're driving or flying a good few hours.
I love it. Now, tell me what that adrenaline feels like when you're getting ready to jump on that bike and enter the race.
It's definitely nerve-wracking, but it's a good feeling of nerves and that feeling of just pushing yourself and your body to the best of your abilities every round. It's always a good time.
I agree with you on that 100%. And it's just, not only it's an adrenaline rush, but it's a sense of pride, and you're getting out there, you're staying healthy, and you're staying fit, and you're doing something that you absolutely love. Do you plan on doing this as a career for as long as you can?
I mean, yeah, why not? If you're having fun doing it, why stop?
I agree with you. No, 100%. You should always do what you love. And those nerves you get are called passion nerves, because you're not scared, you're just passionate and you're excited and you can't wait to get rolling on that. No pun intended, of course. What made you start realizing that you had the love for mountain biking?
I think growing up, it was a part of my family. We rode dirt bikes, and then when Mom said dirt bikes was too dangerous, my brother and I ran away to mountain bikes, and it's just always been our thing, I guess.
Well, it's a beautiful thing that you do, and it's a lot of fun, and you guys get out there and maybe compete against each other a little bit. I just hope that you stay safe and fabulous. You got that beautiful face. You don't want to mess that up at all. So what are you looking forward to most? How long does it take you to prepare for something that's not taking place until June?
It's just a lot about constant fitness. Honestly, for me, coming from below sea level and at sea level, it's the elevation. So training your endurance to be able to keep up at that elevation in a quick note, for sure.
I would guess it's a lot harder for the breathing and all of the other stuff when you switch elevations to such a degree. Is that right?
Yeah, it's a lot for a quick change and just being ready and hydrated and relaxing when you can and not staying out in the sun too long for sure helps.
Well, that helps too. And maybe getting a little bit extra rest when you're here as well, right?
Of course, hanging out by the creek and the rivers.
Well, I love it. Danny, I can't wait to see you in a few months away. Well, a couple more than a few months away. But we really appreciate you being here. Mountain biking is something that you love and it's your passion, so we cannot wait. When you're here, Everybody here at TVA is going to really cheer you on and get excited for you out there. Now, how do people look up the GoPro games if they want to get some information as to what's coming up for the entire gamut?
The schedule is posted the entire time leading up, and then the entire time during our trip for the venue is posted on the Instagram or on the website. There's constant updates going out. I myself and the rest of the team will definitely be sharing updates and fun things that are going to be happening at the games on our social platforms.
Well, I love that. Danny Johnson, I guess if they look up you, then they'll find your social platforms, correct?
Yeah, it's Danny Johnson 6 on Instagram. I'll keep you all updated.
Oh, please do. It was a pleasure speaking with you this morning. You're adorable. I can't wait to see you out there for the GoPro games. Coming back here in Colorado in June, it's Danny Johnson, everybody. Make sure you follow her on Instagram and get ready for the GoPro games coming up for the next summer season. Thanks for being here, Danny.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Our pleasure. This is Liz for Good Morning Vail on TV8, and we'll be right back.
Good morning, Vail.
The season starts when Nate Dogg, Trailer Tom, and friends have started the season in front of you.
There it is, the white ribbon of living.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And on that very first chair, two very familiar faces who've been in line for 2 days.
My name is Nate Dogg, Nate Dogg.
My name is Trailer Tom.
Nate Nadler and Tom Miller live nearby.
I feared nothing but not getting first chair.
Second chair nightmare.
Yeah, second chair nightmare.
My goal is to continue to fight for this first chair as long as I'm physically able. First chair coming at us one more year.
Experience the magic of the season like never before with the Leadville Railroad on our Holiday Express. Gather the family for an enchanting journey filled with dazzling displays of twinkling lights and festive decorations. Create cherished memories that will last a lifetime on this unforgettable train adventure that captures the spirit of the holidays. Booking information at leadvillerailroad.com.
Searching for Colorado homes, chalets, or condos? Owning real estate at a world-class ski resort is a dream for many. Waking up in the morning and catching first tracks from your private home is a one-of-a-kind experience. When one of the world's most admired companies puts its name on a real estate sign, that's a sign buyers and sellers want to see. Berkshire Hathaway Home Services is built for a new era in residential real estate. Your forever real estate agent is there in every step of the process. Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, Colorado Properties. For you, for life. Ice Castles is an awe-inspiring, must-see winter phenomenon that brings fairy tales to life. Squeal with delight as you race down one of the exhilarating ice slides, explore ice caverns, and get lost in a frozen maze. Squeeze through the incredible crawl tunnels and discover elaborate ice sculptures hand-carved by local and international artists. Experience Ice Castles in Eagle. Visit icecastles.com for more information and to purchase your tickets.
When it comes to buying flooring for your Colorado home, there's only one store in the Vail Valley to visit, Rugs Benedict. Visit our 12,000 square foot showroom to find the perfect floors for your home or business. We have hundreds of choices in stock and offer professional installation with a lifetime installation guarantee. We've been serving the Vail Valley for 50 years, and we can't wait to have our team floor you. We are conveniently located just off I-70. Stop by our showroom today.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to the show, everyone. We've got one last interview on today's episode, and we had the opportunity to catch up with Rob Preckle, who is a multi-sport athlete for the GoPro Mountain Games, which are happening later this summer, but we are so excited to hear all about it. Let's take a look.
Welcome back. The GoPro Mountain Games are one of the best events we host here year-round by the Vail Valley Foundation. It is the first weekend in June 6th through 9th this year. And joining us now is one of the Mountain Games athletes, Robbie Preckle. Robbie, how we doing?
Doing fantastic. Lovely to be here this morning.
You loved that kind of intro, didn't you?
I did. Did you see that graphic?
Pretty
it was
special.
amazing.
Nice, yeah. Robbie has been kind of a long-time competitor in the GoPro Mountain Games. When did you first start?
I tried my hand at the Ultimate Mountain Challenge in 2011.
Okay, awesome.
And yeah, that was...
We'll just leave that tried your hand.
Yeah, tried my hand. Well, I didn't know how to kayak. I had never really mountain biked before. I was into trail running, and I had done some road biking. And so this was a combination of all of those, and the goal was to accumulate time, and the lowest time overall won. So Josiah Middaugh, a local legend.
You're going
here,
against Xterra triathlete champions.
I was definitely out of my league in that specific event, but
you're a big rafter, and I see your name on that podium all the time, and now you're taking down the Jacksons and stuff.
So I actually had never been into whitewater until one of my buddies who was a guide with me up at Adventure Ridge. He was also a whitewater guide for Lakota, a local rafting company, and he invited me to try out for the U.S. men's rafting team, and that was my original introduction to whitewater. So from there, I kind of moved into kayaking, and finally, over the last 4 or 5 years, really gotten to the point where I can kayak Class 4, Class 5 water, and have really enjoyed getting to interact with Dane Jackson, Nick Troutman, a couple other professionals that show up to mountain games.
These are legends in the sport.
Totally. They some of the best kayakers in the world, and I think that's the cool thing about the mountain games is that you can show up to this very authentic event where you have mountain sports, arts, music, and you get some of the best in each of their fields. So if you are into any one of those three things or just enjoy nature, I think Mountain Games is the best event that the Vail Valley Foundation puts on.
Definitely. I mean, it really is one of the world's biggest celebrations of athletes, arts, and music in the mountains. That's really what it is. You hit on it. If you don't know, it's mountain biking, trail running, whitewater activities. There's climbing. There's so many activities with concerts going on and vendors everywhere. You don't want to miss it. And I got to say, if someone asked you to compete in it, just say yes, like Robbie did. If someone asked you to just do it and get in there.
Yeah, I would say that's the biggest thing that I learned when I first competed was everybody here is so inviting, so nice. Although it is competitive, it's not one of those ones where people are going to look down on you or judge you. Just go out there, have fun. And there are a lot of actually fun events like the mud run and
Peppy Space.
Well, you also have dog competition. Come on now.
Something for everyone. There's seriously something for everyone. So, Robbie, how does it feel being a Mountain Games athlete? This is kind of new this year, naming some athletes. How's that kind of feel?
Yeah, I always wanted to be an athlete. That was like my goal growing up. Through high school and college, I played sports, but never had the right recipe to make it. But to be selected as a Mountain Games athlete, and I mean the caliber of the other athletes on this team is pretty ridiculous. We got some locals in there and then some people from out of state, but it feels really good. I'm excited to see what this experiment brings. I think because I enjoy the event so much that, I just want to promote it and promote myself and help these other guys kind of do the same.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, and again, it's coming up in June, but I mean, they're planning for
5th through the 8th, I think.
They're planning for that year round. 5th through the 8th. I think it's 6th through the 9th, but we will figure that out.
Somebody check that out.
We will figure that out behind the scenes here. But I mean, you're always an ambassador for the Mountain Games, and it brings people in from really all over the world. There's slackliners there. It is just such a fun event.
Yeah, Davis Hermes, a local kid.
Davis Hermes, a world slackline champion, also a Vail ski patroller, just a legend out here. What's like your favorite thing about? I mean, it goes by in a blur. What's your favorite thing about that weekend?
The energy.
Yeah.
It's the kickoff to summertime. A lot of other events that I find in Vail feels a little bit stuffy sometimes, or just the quality of the people that show up and all of the events that are going on.
We got dogs jumping.
I mean,
it's you can go on and on here.
It's electric.
Yeah, and having been on the inside there, the schedule is just packed. Like it is jam-packed with something from sun up to sundown, the concerts that night. You check out those concerts at the Amp?
Sometimes I get to shoot as a photo video guy, I end up there. If nothing else, you can be outside listening to the music. It's always good. Maybe this year will be my year for music. We'll see.
So you mentioned like you love to kind of be an ambassador for the games and yourself. How can people follow along your journey? Like you're out there doing some wild stuff in the summer and in the winter, but how can people kind of follow along and see your path?
I like to hide behind the scenes mostly, but I do have a couple Instagram accounts. That's probably the easiest way to follow me. One is @AllToothBob. That's my real professional name there.
Where does that name come from?
At some point, my teeth got knocked out, and so I didn't have a front tooth for 2 years. And then I got them back, and someone was like, "All-Tooth Bob!" And then my other newest creation is Bobby Segoy.
Okay.
And he's just out there doing good things, nice things for people. So follow along, go out there, do some good things, nice things, and hopefully we see you on the streets.
I ran into Robbie up at the Vail Performing Arts Center one night, and he was dressed to the T's, and he said he was Classy Rob that night. So a man of many hats, but forever wearing an ambassador of the GoPro Mountain Games.
Amen.
What are you looking forward to this year? There are always something new, kind of pushing the envelope always there, but what are you excited about this year?
I just look forward to getting on the water and getting to interact with people that I see once a year sometimes, and then also with all my friends.
Yeah.
I got a lot of people in town who show up to the games and go out there, and whether it's for recreation or for competition, it's just good to be out there.
For sure.
Sunshine.
And if you're out there, keep an eye out for Robbie Prechtel on the podiums because he is up there a lot.
Hopefully.
What happened last year was a good year, right? How'd you do last year?
Last year was a good year.
Yeah.
Yeah. I ended up winning most of my kayak events and podium on everything else.
Yeah. And one of the biggest things about the GoPro Mountain Games is an insane prize purse. Like there's a lot of money and prizes with some of the sweet sponsors that they have coming out, Yeti and all these people. What do you do with all your medals and all your swag that you get?
I try to keep some stuff for me, but I try to give away some stuff. I'm trying to pare down all of the things that I have.
I mean, if you get an athlete bag,
you know how many water bottles I have?
Socks?
Too many. Yeah. You need a water bottle? Come see me. I'll get you one.
It's so great. It's so great. It's crazy that it's months away, but yeah, the planning's going on. And the Vail Valley Foundation also hosts the Birds of Prey ski races coming up. You checking those out up at Beaver
I'll be
Creek?
up there, yeah.
Yeah.
It's exciting. It's fast. Hopefully this year we get some good weather and some great racing.
And this year they're bringing back, or not bringing back, but women will be racing here for the first time in a while. So that's going to be exciting. GoPro Mountain Games, any tips and tricks for people coming out here first time or last time? Got about a minute left here.
Minute left. That's a lot of time for me to
I would like
explain
some of that minute as well, but
yeah, done. Tips and tricks: show up, sign up, and just get out there and do something different. Whether you're comfortable with it or not, there's people out there who can help you get through it. And then make sure to check out the art and music. There's some fantastic artists out there.
That first weekend in June is kind of where it is every year. Robbie, thanks so much for joining us, man.
Hey, thank you. Pleasure.
Stoked to see you here. We'll be right back with the rest of the show.
Hello, my name is Jeffrey Morgan. I'm with Ron Byrne & Associates. And today I'd like to welcome you to Mine House and Mi Casa, a premier bed and breakfast right here at the base of Beaver Creek Mountain. Let's go inside.
This property is currently being run as a bed and breakfast with 20 bedrooms, all with ensuite bathrooms. Right now we are standing in Mi Casa, and next door we also have Mine House. A wonderful opportunity to own a turnkey hospitality business but it's also an opportunity to own it as a private residence. It can be sold all as one or in individual pieces, however you choose.
So now that we've had a chance to show you these two amazing properties, Mi Casa and Mine House,
we would love the opportunity to show you in person. Give us a call.
From small towns to big cities and everywhere in between, we're covering the great things that are happening right now in the USA. This is Positively America with Ernie Anastas.
Each week, we're going to focus on the great things that are happening every day in the USA. We'll feature change makers.
In every older person, there's a younger person saying, how did this happen?
Innovators.
I talk about design the way some people might talk about like the person they're in love with.
Doers and dreamers.
You can use that recognition to pay it forward.
Ordinary Americans accomplishing extraordinary things.
When you smile, you receive one back most of the time.
We're going to prove to you that optimism and hope are paving the way to an even brighter tomorrow.
We've got a lot of programs that are specifically focused on the children of our fallen heroes.
At Positively America, our mission is to feature good news.
Tune into Coffee with America and start your day in the right direction, where we go over the latest and greatest in health, lifestyle, entertainment, and more. Start your day off on Coffee with America.
Good morning, Vail.
Ladies and gentlemen, with that, we conclude your Saturday, January 4th edition of Good Morning Vail, talking all things GoPro mountain games. We hope this show got you excited for the summer and for the mountain games, which are definitely a staple in our community, and we can't wait. In the meantime, though, get on out there and enjoy the snow, do some skiing, do some snowboarding this weekend, and we'll see you back here tomorrow for more Good Morning Vail. Tune in at 8 a.m. with lots more information and, as always, a little bit of fun. Thank you so much for joining us. It's been a pleasure, and we'll see you back here tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in to Good Morning Vail. Have an excellent day and enjoy everything this weekend. We'll see you next time.
Good morning, Vail. See what lies in store for you. There's so many things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. You're home in the rock.